John Carter was the founder and CEO of Haven Bites, a popular restaurant chain known for its warm ambiance and affordable meals. Despite his success, John was a humble man who believed in hard work and respect for everyone. He had grown up in poverty and never forgot the struggles of those trying to make ends meet. That's why, despite his busy schedule, John often visited his restaurants undercover. It wasn't just about checking on the service or the food. It was about understanding the experiences of his customers and employees. On a chilly Friday evening, John decided to visit one of his restaurants on the outskirts of the city. Dressed in a simple hoodie and jeans, he looked like any other customer. No one recognized him as the multi-millionaire CEO whose vision had turned a small eatery into a national success. The restaurant was bustling with activity. Families were laughing, couples were enjoying quiet meals, and the staff moved swiftly between tables. John stood in line, observing the surroundings. He smiled as he saw how warmly his employees greeted customers. This is what he had always wanted, a place where people felt welcomed and cared for. As he waited to order, John's attention was drawn to a conversation happening behind him. Two boys, no older than 12, were whispering to each other. They were dressed in worn-out clothes, and their faces looked pale, as if they hadn't eaten in days. "Do you think we have enough for one burger?" one of the boys asked nervously. His name was Liam. The other boy, his younger brother Noah, held out a handful of coins. "I don't know. Maybe we can share?" John's heart sank as he listened. He had been that boy once, hungry, embarrassed, and unsure of where his next meal would come from. He turned slightly, pretending not to notice them directly, but their words stayed with him. When John reached the counter, he placed his order. As he waited for his food, he discreetly watched the boys. They had finally reached the counter and were nervously counting their coins. "Can we get one cheeseburger, please?" Liam asked the cashier. The cashier, a young woman named Sarah, hesitated. She glanced at the coins and then at the boys. "That's not enough," she said gently. "I'm sorry." Noah's face fell, and he tugged at Liam's sleeve. "Let's go. We can come back another day." But before they could leave, John stepped in. He approached the counter and smiled at Sarah. "Add 2 meals to my order, please. Make sure they get everything they want." Liam looked up at him in shock. "Mister, you don't have to." "It's no trouble at all," John said warmly. "Everyone deserves a good meal." The boys hesitated, but eventually nodded, their eyes wide with gratitude. Sarah quickly prepared their food, and the boys sat at a corner table, eating as if they hadn't seen food in days. As John sat down with his own meal, he couldn't help but keep an eye on the boys. Something about them reminded him of his own childhood. After they finished eating, Liam approached him. "Thank you, sir," he said quietly. We haven't eaten properly in a while." "Where are your parents?" John asked gently. Liam hesitated before answering. "Our mom passed away last year. Our dad, he's trying, but he lost his job. It's been hard." John felt a lump in his throat. He knew the pain of losing a parent and the fear of not knowing where life would lead. "Do you come here often?" he asked. "No," Liam admitted. "We usually just walk by and look inside. It's our favorite place, but—" He trailed off, embarrassed. John reached into his wallet and pulled out a card. "Take this," he said. "Come here whenever you're hungry. Show this card, and they'll take care of you. No questions asked." Liam's eyes filled with tears. "Why are you being so nice to us?" John smiled. "Because someone once did the same for me." The next day, John called a meeting with his restaurant staff. He asked Sarah about the boys and learned that they lived nearby in a rundown neighborhood. Inspired, John decided to visit their community. What he saw broke his heart. Families struggling to get by, children playing in the streets with torn shoes, and adults desperately looking for work. John decided to take action. He announced a new initiative, Haven Cares, a program designed to provide free meals to underprivileged families and job opportunities to those in need. But he didn't stop there. John personally visited Liam and Noah's father, offering him a job at the restaurant. A week later, the restaurant held a special event to launch the program. The community was invited, and everyone was treated to a free meal. John stood on the stage, addressing the crowd. "This restaurant isn't just a business," he said. "It's a place where people should feel safe, cared for, and valued. I know what it's like to struggle, to wonder if things will ever get better, but I also know that with a little kindness, we can change lives." The audience erupted in applause, and Liam and Noah watched with wide smiles as their father shook hands with John. From that day forward, Haven Bites became more than just a restaurant. It became a beacon of hope. And while most people never knew the CEO's role in their transformation, John didn't mind. For him, the real reward was seeing smiles on the faces of those who had once known only struggle. As for Liam and Noah, their lives changed forever. Their father became a respected employee, and they no longer had to worry about where their next meal would come from. Whenever they visited the restaurant, they always made sure to thank the kind man who had given them a chance. And John? He continued his undercover visits, always looking for the next opportunity to make a difference. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.